Have you ever wondered why some people seem to develop an instant aversion toward you, even without any clear reason? You try to be warm, friendly, and genuine, yet you're sometimes met with cold looks, distant attitudes, or subtle discomfort. It raises the question, why do some people harbor feelings of dislike or resentment toward us without any apparent cause? This is a complex, often hidden mystery of human psychology, one that isn't always rooted in what we say or do. Instead, these reactions may be stirred by silent envy, unspoken insecurities, or small misunderstandings that subtly deepen over time. Understanding why others may feel negatively toward us isn't just about satisfying curiosity. It's a vital tool for navigating the intricate web of social interactions that shape our daily lives. In this special video, we'll explore 9 surprising reasons why people might harbor intense, negative emotions toward us. These insights may just shift your perspective, allowing you to see relationships in a new light and understand the unseen dynamics at play. Before we dive in, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks for the incredible support you've shown. Your thoughtful comments, your encouragement, and the way you share these videos mean so much to me. I read every single message, and they fuel my passion for creating these insights. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to Invincible and turn on notifications so you won't miss future videos. Feel free to leave a 999 in the comments to let me know you're here, ready to explore and grow. Let's embark on this transformative journey together. Are you ready? Buckle up and stay with me until the end. You may be surprised by what you discover. And don't forget to share this video with friends who might need these insights too. 1. Envy and jealousy. One of the most pervasive sources of hostility in relationships is envy or jealousy. Emotions so potent that they can turn genuine admiration into silent contempt and quiet respect into simmering resentment. These emotions often arise when someone perceives something in you, a talent, achievement, or even a character trait, that they wish they had but feel is beyond their reach. Envy and jealousy can be triggered by diverse elements, from your professional successes to your personal joys, or simply your unique outlook on life. Often, these feelings reflect a dissatisfaction with one's own life, an inner discord projected outwardly. For some, the achievements or qualities of others feel less like an inspiration and more like a painful reminder of their perceived limitations or unfulfilled desires. Rather than drawing inspiration from your growth or feeling genuine happiness for your success, they may see it as a mirror reflecting their own unmet goals or insecurities. This frustration can gradually turn into resentment, and for some, even a quiet longing for your missteps. In this way, envy can act as an internal poison, corroding not only the person feeling it but also the relationship itself. This hidden resentment often manifests in subtle ways. They might resort to gossip, slander, or attempts to subtly undermine your accomplishments, all in an effort to bring you down from the pedestal they've created in their own mind. This behavior might even include spreading unfounded rumors or distorting perceptions about your character, all in the hope that by diminishing you, they might feel a fleeting relief from their own dissatisfaction. It's crucial to remember that these reactions speak more to their internal struggles than to any shortcoming of your own. Envy and jealousy are emotions that belong solely to the person feeling them. They are reflections of a personal sense of inadequacy, not a judgment on your achievements or worth. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius taught, emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our control. The envy or jealousy of others lies far beyond our influence. What we can control is our own response, remaining steadfast in our path without internalizing their negativity. Knowing that such feelings exist and understanding why they arise can help you navigate these complicated relationships with grace, maturity, and clarity, allowing you to remain focused on your growth. 2. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication. Sometimes, All it takes is a simple misunderstanding to create a lasting rift. Minor miscommunications, whether in words, tone, or even an unintended expression, can plant the seeds of lingering resentment. At the heart of many interpersonal conflicts lies a disconnect between how we express ourselves and how others interpret us. Just one misplaced word, an unintended inflection, or even an unplanned moment of silence can create a misunderstanding that echoes far beyond its original moment, creating a cycle of misinterpretation. Misunderstandings often arise when there's a gap between what the speaker intends to communicate and how the listener perceives it. Small, unintended communication errors can quickly grow, creating emotional barriers that paint you in a light that may not reflect your true intentions. In relationships, clarity is paramount. Without it, minor errors in expression or perception can build invisible walls between people. Additionally, the absence of active listening can further drive people apart. When we don't make an effort to genuinely hear and understand others, it's easy to form inaccurate assumptions or judgments. These assumptions, born from half-understood words and partial impressions, can lead to deeper negative emotions and an increasing sense of alienation. Over time, misunderstandings can go from being minor irritants to significant sources of hostility, distorting perceptions of reality and creating a version of the relationship that is far removed from the truth. This is why the Stoic practice of empathy and clear, open communication is essential. When we give others the benefit of the doubt and seek to understand their point of view, we prevent minor grievances from spiraling into unresolved conflicts. Striving to communicate with openness and sincerity, we foster relationships rooted in health and respect. By recognizing that misunderstandings and ineffective communication can give rise to unnecessary resentments, we can avoid many pitfalls in our social interactions. 3. Differences in fundamental values and beliefs. In a world as diverse as ours, each person is shaped by a unique set of values and beliefs, like distinct puzzle pieces forming the intricate picture of their lives. Yet, when these values clash with those of others, they can ignite profound disagreements and, at times, foster resentment. This tension doesn't only arise over polarizing topics like politics or religion. It can emerge from differences in work ethic, lifestyle choices, or even seemingly minor preferences in daily routines. For some, their beliefs and values become a foundation upon which they build their sense of self and identity. When someone sees their own values as the only right or superior way, anyone holding a differing view can be perceived as a threat, an unspoken challenge to their very sense of identity and security. This defensive mindset can quickly turn minor disagreements into deeply rooted disdain, especially when personal values are involved. A simple difference in perspective might feel, to them, like a personal affront or an attack on something sacred. When values are deeply ingrained, even the slightest challenge can feel destabilizing, as though one's worldview is under siege. Over time, these minor frictions can morph into barriers, making empathy and understanding harder to access. Without conscious effort to see beyond one's own perspective, these barriers solidify, allowing unacknowledged fears and biases to feed resentment. In Stoic philosophy, there's a powerful emphasis on recognizing that everyone's values and beliefs are shaped by their own unique experiences and backgrounds. Epictetus once noted that each of us is a product of our own upbringing and surroundings, reminding us to practice tolerance and respect for the diversity of thought and values around us. When we understand that others' values are a product of different paths, challenges, and lessons, it becomes easier to extend respect and empathy. Open dialogue and tolerance not only prevent resentment from taking root, but also enrich our understanding of the world and each other. Acceptance of differing beliefs as part of our pluralistic world is a vital step toward a harmonious existence. By practicing openness and patience, we can coexist with others in a way that values unity over division and understanding over judgment. Learning to honor our differences without resentment is an essential practice for peaceful, meaningful connections in an ever-evolving world. 4. The influence of rumors and gossip. One of the most insidious sources of hostility can be the powerful and pervasive influence of gossip. Rumors, whether baseless or exaggerated, can quietly spread, casting shadows over your reputation before you've even had a chance to present the truth. Like a fast-spreading virus, gossip seeps into the cracks of social connections, corroding trust and fostering suspicion. Even a harmless misinterpretation can escalate into a damaging story that seems to take on a life of its own. Once a rumor is released into the world, it mutates, feeding off people's biases, doubts, and fears, and creating a version of you that feels almost impossible to undo. Particularly, gossip often seeks out vulnerable aspects of a person, magnifying insecurities or spreading speculation aimed at tearing someone down. Even when untrue, rumors can capture attention because they're sensational, forbidden, and easy to believe, especially when they align with existing biases or suspicions. This captivating allure causes people to spread these tales as though they were undeniable truths, despite any basis in reality. The repercussions of malicious gossip can be profound, leading to social isolation, broken relationships, and even impacts on your professional life. One of the most challenging aspects of dealing with hatred fueled by rumors is that it's often directed not at you as you truly are, but at a distorted, manipulated version of yourself crafted by others. In Stoic thought, it is vital to remain committed to integrity and authenticity in the face of such challenges. Although facing gossip is painful and can feel isolating, staying rooted in your truth and refusing to let others' negativity sway you is essential. Embracing your values and letting your actions consistently reflect who you are can slowly dismantle the lies and suspicions cast by others. Integrity, truth, and steadfastness hold a strength far greater than any falsehood or malice. By persistently upholding these values, you can gradually restore your image in the eyes of others. Ultimately, the truth has a way of resurfacing, illuminating the darkness created by gossip. And in the end, it is through unwavering commitment to your authenticity that you dispel negativity and build a legacy rooted in respect and resilience. 5. Personal insecurities and projection. A complex yet powerful factor in fueling interpersonal hostility lies within unresolved personal insecurities. Often overlooked, this dynamic plays a significant role in shaping how people relate to others, particularly those who seem to embody qualities they feel they lack. When people fail to confront and reconcile their inner insecurities, these feelings can gradually evolve into envy, resentment, and, ultimately, hostility. The origins of such insecurities are varied: past traumatic experiences, perceived failures, relentless social comparisons, or even societal pressures. As Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wisely observed, when someone grapples with insecurity, they may unconsciously project these feelings onto others. This projection becomes a coping mechanism, a way to avoid addressing their own internal struggles by instead attributing negativity to someone else. Consider the example of a person who feels unfulfilled in their career. When they encounter a colleague who is thriving and advancing, their unresolved feelings of inadequacy may manifest as resentment toward that colleague. In this case, their hostility has little to do with the colleague's actions and everything to do with the painful reminder of their own perceived shortcomings. This unconscious projection acts as a psychological defense, shielding them from facing inner fears, but in doing so, it damages the very relationships they could learn and grow from. Another layer of this dynamic is the perceived threat your qualities may represent. If your achievements or positive traits serve as a mirror, they can reflect what others feel they lack. Rather than drawing inspiration from your success, some may interpret it as an implicit critique of their own abilities, causing them to feel diminished. This perception can lead to a hostile reaction, a defense against the perceived challenge to their self-worth. It's essential to recognize that this animosity is rarely about you personally. It's an outward expression of their internal struggle. Understanding this projection process allows you to maintain perspective and avoid internalizing others' negativity. Recognizing the role insecurities play in fueling hostility fosters compassion and empathy. It's not always easy to approach someone's resentment with patience, but acknowledging that it stems from their own unhealed wounds can shift the interaction's tone. When we view these conflicts through a lens of empathy, we create space for understanding and perhaps even a path toward healing those interpersonal rifts. 6. Lack of empathy and understanding. In an ideal world, every interaction would be marked by empathy and mutual understanding. However, reality often unfolds differently. One of the most profound reasons resentment festers is a simple lack of empathy and a misunderstanding of others' experiences. Empathy, the ability to genuinely put oneself in another's shoes, is essential for building bridges of connection. When empathy is absent, people are prone to misinterpret intentions, assume the worst, and form judgments based on limited, surface-level impressions. This lack of understanding creates an invisible barrier, fostering resentment where no real offense was intended. Empathy goes beyond merely feeling another's emotions. It's about accurately understanding the motivations and responses of others. Without this understanding, small misunderstandings can escalate, leaving people to feel slighted by words or actions that were never meant to harm. The absence of empathy leads people to interpret situations in a rigid, black and white manner, seeing only their own perspective. This narrow view, often accompanied by prejudice or rushed judgments, misses the nuanced realities that empathy reveals. Instead, assumptions take root, fed by an unwillingness to explore the person or context more deeply, creating a breeding ground for resentment. Self-centeredness and narcissism further complicate matters. Individuals consumed by their own concerns may fail to recognize or value the experiences of others. Their self-absorption, combined with indifference, can result in a lack of regard for others, challenges, or achievements, which might be misinterpreted as disdain or hostility. This indifference may leave others feeling dismissed or belittled, as though their contributions and efforts are unworthy of notice. When people feel unseen or undervalued, it's natural for resentment to develop, fed by the perception of hostility, even if it was unintentional. Recognizing that others' resentment often stems from their own emotional limitations, rather than anything you've done, enables you to approach these situations with balance and clarity. Empathy and resilience serve as invaluable tools in managing these interactions. By understanding that others' hostility is often a reflection of their own limitations, you can shield yourself from taking on their negativity, maintaining your composure and compassion. This understanding allows you to foster healthier interactions while staying grounded, even amidst others' emotional turbulence. Through resilience and a grounded perspective, we preserve our inner peace and cultivate an environment of empathy and connection, despite the world's imperfections. 7. Competition or rivalry. Competition and rivalry, when left unchecked, can become a profound source of resentment and negativity. In a world where achievements are often stacked against one another, competition pervades nearly all aspects of life. Whether in professional environments, social circles, or even among family members, healthy competition, when maintained within reasonable limits, can indeed inspire growth, pushing individuals to reach new personal heights. However, when rivalry spirals beyond these boundaries, it can become an obsession, creating a consuming desire not only to excel, but to see the other person fail. This toxic shift from healthy competition to relentless rivalry usually occurs when someone feels perpetually overshadowed, unrecognized, or devalued by another's success. Instead of viewing the situation as motivation to improve, they become fixated on diminishing or sabotaging the other person's accomplishments. This mindset of rivalry is further fueled when someone perceives another's success as unearned, feeling it was somehow taken from them. This internal narrative that their success has come at the expense of another's often transforms mere competition into deep-seated resentment. Marcus Aurelius cautioned against the dangers of unchecked rivalry, noting how it can tempt people into destructive behavior, including defamation, sabotage, and personal attacks. When the desire to win at any cost overshadows ethics and integrity, individuals may resort to harming others to gain an upper hand. Yet, such actions not only hurt the target of their animosity, but also erode the character of those who commit them, trapping them in a cycle of bitterness and hostility. Recognizing that competition and rivalry can breed resentment is essential to approaching these relationships with awareness and balance. By identifying these feelings within ourselves or observing them in others, we create an opportunity to transform rivalry into a form of collaboration, or, at the very least, respectful competition. Embracing a mindset that acknowledges others' success as separate from our own offers a powerful antidote to rivalry-driven hatred. There is ample room for everyone to shine, and when we accept this, we unlock the freedom to pursue our goals without being consumed by comparison. 8. The influence of social expectations. The weight of social expectations can be a silent but powerful force in fostering negative emotions and resentment. Societies and communities often uphold specific norms and standards, setting implicit guidelines for what is acceptable and expected. When someone deviates from these norms, choosing an unconventional career, lifestyle, or relationship, they may inadvertently stir discomfort and even resentment in those who hold traditional values. This is especially true in tight-knit communities where cultural traditions are deeply ingrained, and deviations from the norm can feel like direct challenges to these established beliefs. In many cases, this resentment is not truly aimed at the individual, but rather stems from the pressure of social expectations and a discomfort with the unfamiliar. Your decisions act as a mirror, reflecting the rigidity and limitations in others' thinking, compelling them to confront contradictions within their own beliefs. For some, witnessing your choices might evoke insecurities about paths they did not take, or regrets about having adhered strictly to societal expectations. These feelings, while personal, are projected outward, manifesting as resentment or disapproval toward you. The crucial truth to remember is that your life belongs to you. Your choices, large or small, are steps on your journey toward authentic happiness and fulfillment. Living according to others' expectations may bring temporary approval, but it often comes at the expense of your own contentment. Embracing your individuality and standing firm in your values is not only empowering but essential for long-term well-being. True fulfillment emerges only when you honor unique values and make choices that align with your authentic self. Social expectations, no matter how persistent, should not dictate your path. By embracing your own journey, you cultivate the freedom to live a life that is deeply meaningful and true to who you are. Rather than yielding to external judgments or fears of disapproval, find strength in your authenticity. The courage to live according to your own standards will ultimately lead you toward a life that is both fulfilling and inspiring. 9. The desire for recognition. One of the most profound sources of resentment and negative emotion in relationships is the feeling of being unseen or underappreciated. Recognition is a powerful force. It validates our efforts, reinforces our sense of purpose, and strengthens our bond with those around us. But when someone feels their contributions are consistently ignored or overshadowed, bitterness can quietly build into resentment and eventually hostility. This is especially true in environments where competition is rife, like workplaces, family gatherings, or social circles, where the need for validation and respect can be magnified. As Epictetus once observed, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not." Yet, Feeling undervalued is a deeply human experience that can shake even the most self-assured among us. Recognition is subjective. It can hinge on personal values, cultural backgrounds, or individual insecurities. Some individuals have an intrinsic need for validation, for their hard work or contributions to be acknowledged. Without this acknowledgement, they may interpret others' success or status as reminders of their perceived invisibility or inadequacy. Understanding that recognition is a multifaceted, subjective experience can help us navigate this emotional terrain with compassion and respect. For instance, by openly expressing appreciation and acknowledging others' achievements, we create an environment of mutual respect that discourages bitterness and fosters trust. In navigating these complexities, creating boundaries is essential to maintaining personal peace. Establishing limits with those who may unintentionally project their negativity onto you is not only a protective measure, but a form of self-respect. It's a quiet acknowledgement that your worth is not defined by others' opinions or unvoiced expectations. Understanding that hostility often originates from within the individual holding it, and rarely reflects your true character, frees you to maintain your authenticity and focus on what genuinely matters. In closing, remember this: the reasons why someone may harbor resentment toward you are ultimately reflections of their own inner conflicts. Whether it arises from jealousy, competition, or the need for validation, each of these emotions speaks more to the individual's personal battles than it does to any shortcoming in you. Stay true to your journey with integrity, compassion, and courage. Honor your path, build strong, positive relationships, and hold on to those who genuinely see and appreciate you. As you continue your journey toward personal growth and self-fulfillment, consider joining our community here at Invincible Within. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it with those you feel would benefit. Together, we can build a community focused on resilience, wisdom, and the art of transforming challenges into opportunities. Thank you for being here, and remember to comment "deserve" if you've completed this session. Your engagement helps us grow this supportive community and paves the way for more insightful discussions. Keep going on your path to personal development, and I'll see you in the next one.